Hello there, my name is Harriet Matthew and my student number is S3933558. Today I will demonstrate my threat hunting investigation using the provided file. First, after downloading the file and making the logs directory, I started the analysis by executing this command. After processing the capture, the suricata generated several output files like eve.json, fast.log, and many more. Since my investigation was focused on security alerts, I filtered eve.json to extract only alert events into another file called alert.json. To identify the alerts present in the file, I executed a command that extracted all the alert signatures, counted their frequency, and sorted them by occurrence. This revealed several important alert categories, including possible Quackbot malware activity, possible gauzy malware activity, DNS invalid authority alerts, and then there was Microsoft device metadata retrieval client alerts and executable file download alerts. Based on these findings, I developed four threat hunting hypotheses. My first hypothesis was that the system was infected with malware and attempting C2 communications. To investigate this, I extracted all Quackbot and Gauzy related alerts. This showed that there were 70 Quackbot and 4 Gauzy detection. I then identified the systems involved. The source IP involved that was for all 74 alerts was 10.1.29.101 and the destination IP addresses involved were these three. I then performed a timeline analysis and found that the activity persisted for more than 2 hours from approximately 2:49 a.m. to until 5:21 a.m. Because the activity involved repeated malware related JA3 detections over a long period of time, I concluded that the evidence supported the malware communication hypothesis. My second hypothesis was the system was generating suspicious DNS activity. I extracted all DNS authority alerts and identified 48 occurrences. The source and the destination analysis showed communication between 10.1.29.1 and 10.1.29.101. I then inspected the raw DNS alert records and discovered repeated DNS lookup requests for this particular domain. All responses returned with NH domain, meaning the requested reverse DNS record did not exist. Although this activity was unusual, I found no evidence of DNS tunneling or any malicious DNS C2 communication. The timeline also showed that the alert started from 250 to 255. So this is also a short time period. So because the DNS activity occurred on the same host that was involved in the previous malware communication, I considered this as a suspicious supporting activity to the hypothesis. My third hypothesis was investigating the Microsoft device metadata retrieval client user agent. It returned 8 alerts generated by the host 10.1.29.101 and the destination systems were these two. Following the analysis of the timeline as well as the records analysis of showing the signature severity was informational and the category was MISC activity, I concluded that this was legitimate Microsoft device metadata services and this did not support the hypothesis that I had made earlier. My fourth hypothesis investigated executable file delivery activity. I extracted alerts associated with the executable downloads and identified two important alerts. Over here, we can see the first one was server attached HTTP, and this one was the Windows file download HTTP alert. The source IP was 5.61.27.159, and the destination was this. And from here, we can see the timeline analysis show that the file transfer occurred at approximately 2:42 a.m. and this was several minutes before the malware related communications began. Further inspection showed that the downloaded file was named 44444.png, but Suricata generated executable related alerts despite this PNG extension. This mismatch suggests that the file may have been disguised to appear harmless to us. And from all this analysis, we can see that the file transfer occurred shortly before the Quackbot and Gauzy detection, and I concluded that this evidence supported the file delivery hypothesis. Finally, I correlated all the findings together. The investigation identified a possible sequence of events where an executable like file was downloaded from an external host, followed shortly afterwards by a malware related communication involving Quackbot and Gauzy detection. The DNS activity provided supporting evidence, but the Microsoft retrieval activity was appearing legitimate. Based on the collecting evidence, I concluded that the internal host 10.1.29.101 was involved in suspicious activity consistent with the potential malware infection. Thank you.